Welcome to the BEYA Stars and Stripes STEM Career Day. We are committed to bringing professionals in science, technology, engineering, and math, or better known as STEM, to share their career with you. The professionals that participate in Career Day offer advice, guidance, and an inside look into their day-to-day professions. The information that they share can help us make informed decisions when it comes to navigating through college on the way to our career. Today, we will learn all about U.S. Army Major General Robert Edmonson. He is the Communications Electronic Command Senior Commander. He will share the STEM opportunities in his career field and a little leadership insight to help guide you to a successful career after college.
Good morning, Major General Edmondson. Thank you for joining us today. We want to learn about your career in education, along with any life lessons you have for teens joining us today. Would you take a few moments to share your background?
I sure would. Thank you, Joy, for the introduction. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to everyone for dialing in and being a part of this session on a wonderful Saturday morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you might be across the globe. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk to you today and share with you, quite frankly, my personal opinion on a number of different topics, areas, or the ability to answer questions for you. I'm very proud of each and every one of you for taking this step, for devoting some of your personal time towards your own self-development. And so it goes a long way. And I want to thank you up front. Well, look, I'll tell you a little something about myself, a little bit of my background, my family, and then a little bit about my career. And I really do look forward to some of your questions along the way. I married my college sweetheart about 32 years ago, right? We were engaged our senior year in college. We were married shortly thereafter. We have two grown sons now. They're both out of the home. We love to vacation, so we try to work smart and play smart. We enjoy our dog. We've always had a dog in the home. We just happen to both be from New Jersey, so that makes it easy when we want to go back home and visit family. And because we're from the New Jersey area, the South Jersey area, we are Philadelphia Eagles fans, Phillies fans, Flyers fans, Sixers, you name it. And so anyway, that's just a little bit about my family. In terms of my career, I've been in the Army for 32 years now. I didn't begin as a C5ISR, or excuse me, a STEM person. I actually began as an infantry officer, and then the Army transitioned me into something that looks like STEM. And so I really did, appreciate that opportunity to transition into something that we couldn't even explain back then, to be quite honest with you. And so today, after 32 years of service, since graduating from college, and of course being married, I am blessed to be the Commanding General of Communications Electronics Command at Aberdeen, Maryland. And so I'm a part of a team of about 9,000 people that are distributed across the globe. And we manage a multi-billion-dollar communications sustainment, maintenance, fixed function for all of the Army systems. I'll just kind of leave it at that for you right now. And so sometimes you'll hear this acronym out there called C5ISR. And so command, control, communications, computers, and cyber, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. So all of those systems are all networked together. They're all STEM related. And this organization that I happen to be a part of is responsible for the global infrastructure that will ensure that it all remains functional in support of our country 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In terms of some of my military education that the Army's provided, I really got into STEM after I'd been in the Army for 3 years. And so the Army trained me down at Fort Gordon, Georgia, which is now soon to be Fort Eisenhower, Fort Gordon, Georgia, to teach me more about electronics at that time. And then I went on to pursue a master's degree in information resource management. I had an opportunity to attend National Defense University in Washington, D.C., where I was able to earn a master's in national security strategy, and then just blessed to have a number of opportunities throughout the years. What's interesting here is that when I think back about, where I was years ago and what my original plans were not necessarily at all to be where I am today. In fact, my associate's degree is in business administration. My bachelor's degree is in marketing. And then the Army saw fit to shift my career field into what is now known as STEM. And so I'm really appreciative of that opportunity. I didn't see it coming at all. Happy to be where I am, blessed to be where I am after all these years. And I really do look forward to your questions, because I really want to get after answering anything that is on your mind. You can follow up on something that I've already said, or you can ask something else. So with that, back over to you, team.
That was so amazing. Thank you for that presentation. So for my first question, you mentioned how it was a big career change going from business administration to STEM. During that big career change, were you ever intimidated? What kept you going? How did you fully fledge on into this new career? What advice would you give for people who want to change into STEM careers?
Right. No, that's a great question. And to be honest with someone, from what they're comfortable doing, as comfortable with, was took a little bit of time. But I got to share with you that being uncomfortable is not a bad thing. Being uncomfortable is sometimes where growth actually comes from. And so whereas I didn't even volunteer to leave my old career field and come into the new career field, it was absolutely the best. And I really do thank God for that opportunity. How did I handle it? I studied. And I studied a lot as I transitioned. I knew what I knew, and I also knew what I didn't know. And so where some others may be able to go out there and maybe, go play a little basketball, play a little bit of golf, go to the pool, I spent a little extra time studying, because I wanted to make sure that I picked up on this new career field. I felt as though, although it was new, and although I was uncomfortable, I also felt that I belonged. And that's an important piece that I'd like to leave with you as well. I really felt that I belonged. And I belonged only because I'm a person just like the other engineers that are out there. And even though our backgrounds may be a little bit different, the upbringing may be a little bit different, the career goals may be a little bit different, there's no reason that I can't excel like they excel. There's no reason at all. So, I had a little bit of that. I mentioned to you that I'm from New Jersey. And so that's the little state just outside of New York, which means that sometimes we'll have to have a little bit of professional swagger about ourselves. And so I had to use a little bit of that professional swagger to keep me on point, to never let me sway or question myself too much. It's okay to question yourself. But you don't want to question yourself to the point where you feel that you don't belong, because you absolutely do belong, Joy.
So, you mentioned how you've always questioned you question yourself, but not too much, and you always stay on point. I want to know: have you always had this mindset, or did something happen in your life that made you change and grow into this mindset? Because I love your mindset, so I was wondering if you can go more into that.
Right. No, thank you. I'm gonna I'll take two approaches. I'll offer you two examples of how I personally have kept myself going. Number one goes back to my mom and my dad. I'm the first in my family to attend college. And so my mother instilled in me unconditional love. And my father instilled in me pride, the good kind of pride, not hubris or anything at all like that. And so when I was made uncomfortable leaning into this new career field, and quite honestly, we had no idea back then that this new career field called STEM would be where it is today.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So as I made that transition, I thought back to Dad telling me, hey, son, you can do it. Just stick with it, which gets back to the whole you belong, but you have to work along the way. And so that was very helpful to keep me going. And then I'm going to skip now to where I am today. In terms of what keeps me going, I stand on the shoulders of giants that have come before me. And so I don't take that lightly at all. I take that so serious that I want to spend time with you on a Saturday. I want to spend time continuing to contribute, continuing to prove, because here at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, we prove it, continue to prove every day the greatness that is C5ISR, and continuing to sometimes prove to myself that I need to hang in there. I need to continue to work hard. If I ever have a tough day, at times I will look and I'll ask, boy, who is it that came before me in this position that I'm in today? And what was their road, perhaps back in the early 90s or even the 80s. And if I think I'm having a hard road today, maybe they had a more difficult road. And so that keeps me going. And then last but not least, you keep me going. Because right about now, it's about paying it forward. And it's about sharing these opportunities inside STEM that I knew nothing about years ago, to share it with you. Because if you could see it, you can be it. And then you can know that you belong. There's no reason for you, Joy, or anyone out there that's on the net right now, to not have my job. You can have my job tomorrow, and you can have a lot more tomorrow. And so that's a little bit of what keeps me going, if that makes sense, Joy.
I love that. What is something someone has said that has always stuck with you and helped you to get to where you are today?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to say blossom where you're planted.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say blossom where you're planted. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's what it doesn't mean, first of all. It doesn't mean that every school, every position, job, every assignment will necessarily be the one that you want.
Right.
That there are times in life when you're going to be asked or directed, or the opportunities are going to make themselves available for you to do something else. And sometimes that something else is just what you're going to do first. And when you blossom where you're planted, wherever you're planted, if you're planted in the community college as I was, then try to blossom.
I actually am going to community college.
Great. We can talk for hours about that experience. I really do value it. And if you're planted in a new career field, like I was, taken out of my old career field. I was married. I had one child at the time, and I was moved into a new career field right before it was called STEM. Blossom where you're planted. People are watching. They're watching you. It's not about who you know. It's about, who's watching you. And when you blossom where you're planted, you're going to learn. And people are going to see the potential in you, regardless of where you are. And maybe you didn't get right to the position that you wanted, so you needed to take another one along that waypoint, along that journey. But when you ask me what phrase, and this is a really good one, because I didn't think a lot about this question, but I absolutely do believe blossom where you're planted.
No one has ever said that phrase to me before, and it made me realize so many things. Like, sometimes in life we can't control where we're planted, but we can control what we do as to when we're planted. Like, let's say I am going to community college and I plan on blossoming there, and learning and trying to figure out new careers I can get into. And I love what you said, because it reminded me I can blossom where I'm planted. I really do love that.
Yeah.
What is a setback that you had to face with your new career, and how did you handle that?
Well, setback. So I have, I would offer to you that being comfortable with change. So in terms of setbacks, I would say that in our career field, wouldn't necessarily be as much of a setback as it would be just something that, again, makes you uncomfortable. And the ability to become comfortable with that change, the ability to embrace it as a STEM professional. So now I'm talking to STEM professionals. Look, a setback by other characteristics is an opportunity. and we are problem solvers. So even when there may have been let's say a setback again, is that you didn't receive an early promotion or something like that. You thought you were going to receive an early promotion and you didn't receive an early promotion. Okay, that's fine. Again, blossom where you're planted, continue to move forward. Setbacks sometimes can be wonderful opportunities to reflect along the way. They can be wonderful opportunities to reflect along the way. They're just going to make you better and stronger. And as a STEM professional, we've got to be comfortable with change. The information technology, the IT, the STEM world that I entered 30 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Windows 95 revolution, right? I mean, we didn't even have computers networked at that time, if you could believe that. You could go out and buy one, but they weren't even connected. I mean, could you imagine if we had stopped thinking at that point? But we
life would be totally different.
Right. Your world today would be so different if we stopped thinking years ago. And so maybe a setback years ago was someone said, hey, I need to do something with information technology, with STEM, that I just can't do today. And someone would look at that and go, oh my goodness, does that mean that I'm not doing my job? No, it doesn't mean you're not doing your job. It means that we are the types of people that will take that task, that ask, and we'll go in the back room and we'll start to think a little bit about it, because we are the people that are comfortable with innovation. We are the ones who will innovate. We are the problem solvers. And we're the ones that are going to be around to develop the next best way of doing something.
I love how you mentioned, like, you were basically saying a setback isn't really a setback, it's an opportunity to grow. And I've realized recently that in the growth process, a lot of people think when you grow, it's just a straight staircase all the way up. But in real life, when you grow, you're gonna have the staircase, but sometimes you may slip. But the thing that you have to focus on is make sure you're not falling in the same area as last time. Because at least if you go up and you slip a little bit, you're still up above to where you were before.
Right.
And growth isn't an easy thing, but it's a rewarding thing. And you have to just keep your eyes on the goal. We have 5 more minutes left, so I'm going to ask you one more question. But I want to know what your why is. I feel like in life, everyone says, find your why. And because when you find your why, you get your mission into life. I want to know what your why is.
My why is helping others.
Mm.
My why is helping others to become the best that they can be. There's a lot that I'm not good at, and I surround myself with great people that are good at the things that I'm not good at. I think much of my why is using the opportunities that I've been afforded throughout the course of my career, throughout the course of my life, to help others see that they belong, see that they can have the opportunities that I have today, and to help them be the best at it. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm handing out candy to folks and giving everyone straight A's and everyone gets a trophy at the end of the day. That's not helping people. That's not.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. Sometimes as you and I talked about, as you had mentioned, growth, overcoming obstacles along the way. Sometimes, that's a part of the why. It's a part of my why, is establishing the conditions by which people can be better. And if people are better, the organization's better. And if the organization's better, we're going to innovate better. And if we're going to innovate better, then we're going to be a better army. We'll be a better country. We'll be safer. And so my why is the people, and the people for the much greater good. This is not about me at all. Zero about me. It's about other people at this point. And honestly, Joy, I've grown into that over maybe the past decade of my life. So I probably went a long time working hard and working with other people and helping other people. But really, maybe for about the last almost 10 years, it's so much more now about giving back and helping others be the best that they can be, and making available opportunities that they've earned along the way, and helping them to understand that you, me, everyone that's listening to the two of us talk right now, for us all to understand that you belong, we belong, every single one of us. You're going to question it along the way. That's fair, but don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself.
I think you've succeeded in your why because we've only had one conversation today, and I just graduated this year. And a lot of things that have made me uncomfortable was that a big change is coming into my life, and I don't know how my life is going to look, in my future years. But when you said embrace the change, embrace being uncomfortable, it really clicked in me to it made me think this is my time has come for me to live my life. I can live my life now in any way I choose. I can be successful because I'll put the work in to become successful. And you really just made me have a positive outlook on everything, and I want to thank you for that today. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And thank you, Joy. Thank you for being the facilitator in this conversation. You are an outstanding person. I wish you all the best. Love
Thank
to talk to
you.
you a little bit more about the life at the community college and then moving on from there. But I wish you all the best. And I wish everyone that is listening to us right now all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Major General Edmonson. We look forward to meeting you in person at the BEYA conference in Baltimore in February 2024. Now, before we learn about a past STEM inventor, here's a word from our sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
Every day at Lockheed Martin, we are creating the future. When did I decide to become an engineer? Where I grew up in my village, we had a lot of interaction with nature. So I was always fascinated by the flight of the hummingbird. Seeing this marvelous aerodynamics of the hummingbird gave me this general idea that I wanted to be working on the ability to control things that flew. I've had this long running curiosity, I still do today, of asking the question, why is this the way it is? Are there ways to improve what it does? And in fact, those are the same questions we ask every day at Lockheed Martin. That's why my colleagues come to work saying, this is great, we've done all these great things, we've built all these great systems, how could we make it better? And how could we make it better together? Lockheed Martin's engineers and scientists are at the forefront of innovation. Everything from AI and machine learning to hypersonics to directed energy. Individually, all these are really critical capabilities that we need to develop. To actually deliver something ahead of ready to our customers, it takes pulling these pieces together into an overall mission capability. What we are doing here matters to our nation, to our nation's security.
That was exciting learning about Major General Edmonson. Now, I would like to take you on a little STEM journey through the world of inventions. Have you ever invented anything? Do you think you're too young to be an inventor? Has everything you need already been invented? Imagine being an inventor of the past. You see something that is either difficult, inefficient, or just doesn't make sense, and you think, I wonder if I can make this work easier, more efficient, or if I can create something to solve this problem. Today, when you walk into a room, you either flip a switch, clap to make a sound, or rely on your motion to turn on a light. Pretty convenient if you ask me. But what if Lewis Howard Latimer, the inventor who helped draft the design of the telephone, the early air conditioner, train bathrooms, and the light bulb back in the 1800s, didn't do any of that? Imagine,
walking into a room and having to light a candle or a lantern. I personally can't imagine that, so I'm very thankful for the inventors like Lewis Howard Latimer. Lewis Howard Latimer was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts in September 1848. In 1864, he enlisted in the Navy during the Civil War. After the war, he got a job in a patent law office and taught himself mechanical drawing and drafting. He designed several inventions and improved the railroad car bathroom and the early air conditioning unit. And of course, he helped patent the light bulb. There have been so many inventions, but there is always room for more. Next month, we will introduce another inventor who changed the way that we use technology today. Students, we hope all of you are enjoying learning more about STEM careers at today's BEYA Stars and Stripes STEM Career Day, streamed live from STEM City, USA. Let's take a quick commercial break to learn more about STEM City, USA.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
That was STEM City USA, our 2D metaverse. Would you like to join us in building the metaverse by participating in the STEM City USA Hackathon? Our hackathon is where you will explore new ways of doing business using the metaverse. Our online exercises during Career Day will explore the various tools, resources, and careers that contribute to the development of the metaverse. Your metaverse should be a tool that solves a problem, improves society, benefits the community, or helps people collaborate better. Last month, we looked at an idea for a metaverse. The idea is step 1. Let's move to the next step and look at a few tools that can be used to design your metaverse. There are a lot of metaverse development tools like Unity, Blender, Unreal Engine, 3D Max, and so many more. Where do you start? During the fall, STEM to the USA will offer training classes so you can begin to learn the skills to create a virtual world. Stay tuned for more on the classes SimCity USA will offer. Sign up today at SimCity USA Metaverse. Today, we are joined by a group of college students that are ready to share more about their journey in college. This is really important for us because they can share information to help us prepare for college. I would like to welcome Abigail Curran to Career Day. She graduated in 2023 from the Illinois Institute of Technology with a degree in biomedical engineering. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations on graduating college.
Thank you, and I'm so happy to be here.
Can you tell me some things about your experiences throughout college?
Yes, so as you guys know, I graduated in 2023. So I was in college during the COVID pandemic, so that obviously skewed things a little bit. But I was really involved on campus. I really enjoyed getting to know all the faculty members. I am biomedical engineering, so at my school, that department is kind of small, so it fosters a lot of relationships with researchers and academia. So I really enjoyed that aspect as well.
COVID was such a hard time for all of us students in school. Can you tell me some challenges, and how you overcame those challenges to get to where you are today?
Yeah, so the biggest curveball for COVID was obviously online learning. We'd all been used to being in the classroom and having that face-to-face interactions with our classmates as well as professors. So going on Zoom was definitely a new challenge. The way I overcame that was also having everything we would do in person, just doing that on Zoom. So study groups are really important, learning from your classmates. So just being able to set up those times and collaborate with each other. That was something that I was very focused on in order to overcome the virtual learning aspect.
I heard you were in the Legacy program. Tell us more about the Legacy program and how you learned about the program.
So a legacy program is basically an internship that you can get involved with as early as age 11. From age 11 to age 15, you can be part of these camps, which are basically just a week long in the summer. And they teach you a ton of skills that help you prepare for the internship, which you're able to participate from when you're age 16 all the way through college. Some of the biggest stuff that they teach you is like obviously hard skills like coding and soldering, but also the most important stuff is also critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork, which are all needed for your career field all throughout your life. So I figured out about Legacy my junior year of high school, so I missed the camps aspect, but I was still able to get a lot out of the internship. The way that it works is you apply and then you're placed in a field of your interest. I personally chose biomedical engineering. I was interested at the time into going into the medical field, and I wanted to be able to pick a career field that combined both technology and those biological aspects. So I was placed in different offices from neurological sciences to applied aerospace medicine to be able to give me experiences to see if this is something I'm really interested in. That way I'm able to decide if I want to do that in the future and pursue that in college as well. A lot of the skills that Legacy teaches you include like soft skills, so like public speaking, teamwork, being in a professional environment, because especially as a high schooler, I didn't have any experience of what the actual day-to-day work life was going to be. So Legacy really provided us with that as well.
What do you think the biggest life lesson you learned was throughout your 4 years of college?
Oh, biggest life lesson. There's definitely a lot of things that I learned in college. I think one of the biggest ones was independence and being able to self-motivate. When you grow up in high school, your parents are there or your other support system that you've grown up with. But in college, sometimes you're really on your own. So being able to drive yourself, be able to motivate yourself, and really push towards your dreams and your goals is really important.
You chose biomedical engineering as your major. Can you tell us more about what it is and why you chose it?
Yes, so biomedical engineering is basically the conjunction of technology and applying that to biological problems, anywhere from diabetes to solving stuff with human factors inside of the aerospace industry. I chose it because I really wanted to be able to combine those aspects. I really liked AP Bio in high school as well as chemistry, but I wanted to add a little bit more of the math side into that and be able to solve problems with those skills that I've learned. So that's why I chose biomedical engineering.
What is some advice you think you can give people like me that are just starting off in college that would help us succeed throughout our 4 years of college that we're going to?
So the biggest thing I think I would recommend to incoming college students is definitely organization. Use your Google Calendar, be able to plan out all your assignments, all your different extracurriculars. Being involved on campus is definitely the best way to get everything out of your education. There's a ton of student organizations you guys can be part of that really gives you that leadership experience. It's going to make you excel in your career field. So I personally joined SWE, which is Society of Women Engineers, and there's obviously a bunch of professional organizations you can join for your particular major. That way you're able to network and really meet people in that career field and grow who you are as a person throughout your 4 years in college.
Now that you've graduated college, what are some plans you have going forward?
So I'll be starting my full-time job in the fall. I got hired at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base as an engineer. So I'll be working as human factors in the aerospace industry there.
Can you tell me something that you struggled with the most and how you overcame that struggle?
I think for me personally, the thing I struggled with most is I moved away from home. Illinois Tech is in Chicago, so that's around like 5 hours away from where my parents are. So just not having that support system of family was really hard for me. But the way that I overcame that was I made sure to find a strong community at Illinois Tech. The way that I did that was I actually joined Creek Life. So there's a really strong sisterhood there for you to be able to find the people that you relate with. And then it was also a great opportunity for me to get a lot of leadership experience. I was on executive board for the sorority I was in, and you also learn a lot about interpersonal management and teamwork. So just all that stuff helped me overcome homesickness and not having my family around me.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy that you had that around you. A great support system helps you to get to where you are today. That's definitely true. What do you think your best memory of college was?
Oh, best memory. Oh, there's so many. Honestly, I think it probably actually wasn't in college. It was me learning about the fact that I got a really amazing scholarship to go to Illinois Tech, just knowing that all those opportunities were ahead of me and I got to get the chance to experience all of that and meet new people and be able to really pursue an industry that I was really passionate about.
Awesome, awesome. And last but not least, because we have 2 more minutes, can you give the best? Well, okay, so all of us have mentors, and can you give me a mentor that you have in your life and what they said to you that stuck with you? I know I asked this question before, but you're younger, so I want to know what someone said to you that made it stick with you and to get to where you are today.
So a mentor that's been a really big part of my life, this might sound cliche, is actually my dad. He actually has been a really big part of pushing me in my professional growth, giving me lots of advice. He's always the person I turn to when I have job interviews and that kind of stuff. But something he has told me is it's like you have to make lemonade out of lemons, that kind of vibe. My dad's in the military, so move around a lot, so that was really hard for me growing up. And so being able to be like, no matter what life throws at you, you have to be able to make something good out of it and really push yourself and excel in that space.
Thank you so much for joining us today to share your college experience and the Legacy Program. For more information about the Legacy Program, visit STEMcityUSA.com, enter the Education Discovery Building, and click on the AFRL door. Thank you so much for today. I've learned so much from you, and I hope you have the most success going forward.
Thank you.
Now we would like to welcome Romar Wallen and Angela Seabrooks to share more tips for high schoolers and incoming college freshmen.
Hi everyone, how are you? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Hi everyone. I don't know if you can hear me, but hopefully you can.
Which college did you attend?
So I'm currently a senior at the New Jersey Institute of Technology, and like I said, I'm a senior, so I will be graduating this fall. Yes. And I'm also majoring in mechanical engineering technology with a minor in psychology. I'm a first generation student, so just having the opportunity to go to college, I'm truly, truly thankful for that. ways I'm involved on campus is with the Society of Musical Arts, which is a musical organization. I was really proud to be on the executive board for that for the 2 years of my college career. I'm a NESB member, so the National Society of Engineers. And I also play with the volleyball club now and then whenever I have time other than my studies. And I'm also an EOP scholar.
Oh, wow. That's really impressive. Would you say that your major is difficult or hard? Or would you recommend it to others?
I would say that my major is definitely challenging, but just the outcome of it is just really rewarding. I like to build things. I like to put things together with my hands. If anyone likes computer-aided drafting, that's also something that I really love to do. I would recommend it to anyone who likes to do things with their hands, anything who likes to kind of just engineering in general. It helps you kind of think out of the box, not really like be constrained in a way. Like it gives you that moment of, or those moments of creativity. So that's what I definitely like about my major.
Okay, thank you. Romar, where did you attend college?
So I currently attend the University of South Florida. I'm a senior. My major is cybersecurity, or some people call it information security. How I am involved on campus, I have gotten in touch with people on campus who are interested in tech and STEM activities like I am. I have, I network, I make contact lists. I send out emails almost every day, and stuff like that. I'm big on like the whole remote world of it. Not really saying that I'm happy for COVID happening, but I'm big on like staying home and working from home. So I was happy, given that my major is cybersecurity and a lot of the roles are remote. So I was happy that most people are transitioning into working from home or hybrid environments, and that's becoming the norm. I'm involved in organizations like NESB, like Ajana's, or I'm not sure if I butchered her name. I think it's Anjale. And I was on the board as a membership chair. I think I was just in charge of members and motivating them and giving them maybe advice and stuff like that on internships. I also worked as like a software engineer intern on campus with a startup company. So those type of organizations or stuff that are definitely available.
That's great. What would you say motivated you throughout your college journey and career?
Motivation has actually been one of like the most difficult things for me to come by when it comes to going to college, because originally I like playing sports, so I would have only went to college, not really only, but I wanted to go to college to play sports. So when that didn't work out for me, I lost my motivation. So one of the greatest things that reignited my motivation was finding people who are like you, and who also, take part in STEM activities and who do cybersecurity or are interested in like software roles.
Okay, that's great. I'm gonna ask this question to Angela. How was it transitioning from high school to college life?
So I do admit it was a bit tricky at first because I actually went to a high school that was located on the community college campus. So I was able to gain some credits through dual enrollment to get my associate's degree. So because of that, I kind of had like this thought in my mind, like, oh, okay, like if I go to a 4-year, it's going to be the same as a 2-year. And I will definitely say that NJIT humbled me. It definitely wasn't the same. Some of the classes were more challenging, more rigorous. Some of them required more time and effort to be put in to get the grades that I needed and the grades that I wanted to get on to those next steps in terms of classes. But I would say that's just for everyone. It's not easy to kind of transition from high school to college. It's like a really big jump. It's a really, I would say it's kind of like a culture shock in a way. So don't beat yourself up if you feel that you're feeling a little bit left behind or you feel like that you're not really fitting in, because it all takes time. And that's what I usually tell, freshmen I know, or even people that are coming in from community college, like, okay, don't beat yourself up. It's really just it's a time type of thing. It takes some time to get transitioned into that. But I would say that it was great. I liked it. It was great.
That's great. Definitely everything takes time. Everything's a learning curve, especially when you're transitioning to a whole different place. Romar, how did you handle all the freedom you had while on your own?
Excuse me. How did I handle? What was that?
Oh, sorry. How did you handle all the freedom that you had on your own going to college?
That was very difficult actually, but how I handled it was going not to be repetitive, but getting involved with organizations or with meeting with people who have similar goals. So one of my goals was graduating and finding an advisor and figuring out what your goals are while going to college. That can help to you can use your free time to work on your goals. Also, you have unless you're perfect or something, it's possible, but you might have deficiencies. You can work on those as well, or you might have strengths. You can work on those as well, because it's always good to get better. So those are the type of stuff that you can do in your free time to help manage that type of free time, because it seems like free time in a way, but it's not really free time. You're really supposed to be using the time to be getting better at whatever classes that you're taking or you're about to take.
True. But it's always great to branch out and see other things. And
That's true.
Yeah. I'm going to do one last question. What advice would you give high school students to prepare for college?
Be aware of what you want to what kind of industry you want to work in, and what are your values and innate goals. You know what I mean? Those things can definitely point you in the right direction when it comes to industry and picking a major, and what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with doing. Get ready to because there are gonna be a lot of situations where you be put in or given an assignment or project that you're just not comfortable with doing, maybe by yourself. So you have to figure out all the stuff that you're comfortable, the situations that you're comfortable with, and the situations that you're not comfortable with. And making a financial plan would also help.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you for giving us so much wonderful advice. We hope that you will come back again for future career days. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you to both of the people who we interviewed. Are you in touch? Visit mystemcity.com and join the In Touch community. We have our own social media sharing app, and we want you to join so you can stay in touch with the latest STEM City USA news, BEYA events, exciting activities with our STEM City USA partners, and career activities. Visit mystemcity.com and join today. Now a word from one of our Career Day founders, Lieutenant General Crawford.
Well, Moria, thanks so much. Bruce Crawford here. I'm joining you from beautiful North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're down here on vacation. First of all, I want to say so proud of each one of the speakers. today for sharing an amazing message and providing some great insights that I think are going to do help us accomplish our goals and what we're trying to do with this particular program, which is literally exposing those in the next generation of leaders to careers in STEM and the art of the possible, but also, just as importantly, exposing you to ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things that could literally change the course of history and could change the world. And so a couple of things that we heard today from General Edmonson. One of the first things that he talked about, which I thought it was interesting, but I thought it was profound, is he talked about the fact that you've got to work smart, but you've also got to play smart. And what he's really saying is, amongst the chaos of your day-to-day life and all the different things that you have going on, you've got to have balance in life. It can't just be all work. There's got to be some play that allows you to have balance. So make sure you take that to heart. One of the other things that he talked about is, listen, the world is a very, very complex place, and it's becoming more and more complex as we grow over time. But you've got to make sure that you are comfortable being uncomfortable. All right, don't allow that complexity to make life more difficult for you. And the guy who actually said that probably about 10 or 11 years ago was a guy named General Stanley McChrystal, who said, given the complexities in the world, I think it was back in 2011, get comfortable being uncomfortable. So you should take that to heart. General Edmonson talked about something else that I think that we've really got to internalize. And it has to do with what happens when you achieve success. And what he talked about is don't forget to pay it forward, because I believe true success long-term for this program is when a lot of the young people who are tuned in here today are on the stage sharing their life lessons with the next generation of leaders. And so last but not least, we had three speakers that who were recent grads come on. They all talked about transition, all right, and preparing yourself to assimilate and preparing yourself to transition into college life by doing things like joining groups of like-minded individuals. And also, you've got to make sure that you are prepared to be independent and be self-motivated. So, Moria, I'll throw it back over to you, but I said, this is great advice. I was writing as fast as I possibly can, and so happy and so proud of this team. And it's great to be a part of yet another successful K through 12 mentoring program and BEYA Career Day event. So thanks to everyone. Until next month. Goodbye.
Thank you to all who joined us for Career Day. Thank you to our Career Day speaker, Major General Edmonson, for providing career and leadership advice today. Please remember to visit STEMcityUSA.com for more BEYA STEM Career Day segments. We would like to give a very special thanks to our BEYA STEM Career Day sponsor, Lockheed Martin. They are known for their groundbreaking work in aerospace, arms, defense, information security, and technology around the world. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us for the next Career Day on August 12, 2023. See you next time.
I work at Lockheed Martin as a cybersecurity systems engineer, and I've been at Lockheed for 19 years. The role of cybersecurity engineering has a tremendous impact on the mission to deliver secure systems to our customers. I have 3 children. My kids are the center of my universe. I would not be able to continue working effectively as a working parent if it had not been for the flexibility in our work schedule and the flexibility of our leaders to help me exercise a flexible work schedule. One of the reasons why I've been at Lockheed Martin for 19 years is because I think the culture and the values that we demonstrate really reflect my own personal values. Performing with excellence, acting with integrity, those are steadfast values that we talk about day to day. I have seen great changes in the diversity within our company. 19 years ago, there weren't a whole lot of women in leadership, so the few that we had were highly coveted. Today, I'm proud to say that we see quite a few women in leadership roles. The advice that I would provide to young women and girls who are interested in STEM is go for it. You can do it. Don't let anyone stop you.